I feel like I should get on here because, I talk about how they walk dogs up and down, and occasionally there are dogs that are just show up by themselves, like they've gotten away from the people that were walking them. And I mentioned it in another video about how a dog came in. I think I did anyway, about a dog. No, maybe I didn't. I heard a dog barking, and some guy saying, get in, or something like that. Like he was trying to get the dog back. This was like in the middle of the night. And then that morning, I got up. It was still not light yet. And there was this dog almost in my yard, but just barking, and then just went off somewhere else. I had my kitties, and I couldn't really rescue the dog or anything, and my yard isn't enclosed enough. And so yesterday I was out, I talking to my kitty. He was in the backyard, and I looked up across the alley, and the car that's usually there, or occasionally there, once it'll be there consistently, and then it'll be gone, and then it's back again. It's a little cottage back there across the alley, and there's a house behind that cottage facing the other street, adjacent to my this alley. And here was this little dog peering through it was like short grass, weeds or something, and the dog was just immobile. I thought it was a statue. I thought it was like a statue of a dog. It was kind of far away. I wasn't even sure if it was a dog at first. And then so I just kept looking. And also, I think the same thing happened like last summer. Last summer, I saw the dog there, and I knew these people. That's when these people were more active. They were walking dogs more, and making a big show of stuff. And they still do, but not to the extent, not where the dogs are concerned. That's died down, so to speak. But this little dog was just immobile, and I decided. And last summer, when I saw this dog, or maybe it was the summer before last, I don't even know, it was so long ago. And it's another one of those deja vu things, where you see the same thing, the same dog, the same everything, just watching there. But this time, a year ago, I didn't pick up the dog, or go near the dog at all, because I just sensed that it was like a setup. And or it was somebody that actually cared for their dog. So, as opposed to, which is doubtful around here, as opposed to what they do with the dogs around here, they use them somehow, either for setups, like for me, that I'm being gang stalked so heavily, and they set up these scenarios so that they can trap me in some way, whatever's in their heads. And so, but this time I just decided, I made a snap decision, and I went over and I was petting the dog. I didn't touch the dog at first, but the dog was, even when I came up there, the dog was just still as a statue. It wouldn't even move the head or anything. I don't want to say the gender of the dog in case somebody comes up and asks me about the dog, one of these homeless people, and says that it's their dog. And I want to make sure that they know, that I want to test them, to see if it is their dog, because I'm not giving up this dog until I know that that this dog will be safe. But anyway, the dog was just immobile, and then I started petting, and the dog was shaking, just scared. And so I managed to pick up the dog, and the dog just was very, just compliant and pliable, or just very comfortable in somebody's arms, like the dog had not been mistreated. And the dog was, it looked like the dog had like groomed, long little ears that were groomed, and didn't look ill-treated at all. And so that gave me pause. But anyway, then worrying the whole time about my kitties, how am I going to do this, And so I brought the doggy inside, and the doggy is with me. This doggy's right here, right now. I don't know what to do with this dog. But I'm thinking that it's a setup, because if they want to set me up that I'm doing what they're actually doing, with the dogs, here's a dog right here to prove it. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know if I'm just, kind of throwing things out there because I want to get it on here, even though they're going to interfere with this and probably intercept anything I try to put out, out so that nobody sees it. That's what I think. But, and then also what was strange is that for the past, like yesterday, just one day, that the loud woman that makes all these weird noises, and whoever else is up there with her, that's at her computer all the time, she was gone. She wasn't there. I didn't see any activity or hear any activity, at least for yesterday. I always have to, when I have my windows open, I don't look out the windows all the time, but I hear what's going on out there because they're so close. Anyway, this doggy is right here. Let's see. Okay. See, just a really cute little dog. And my kitties, oh my gosh, my one kitty, the boy kitty that I have, he's scratched her, and I don't know if he made contact, but this doggy was scared. I mean, it scared this doggy, but this doggy is still very curious about both of my cats, and just will go right up to them. Even though my one boy cat has warned, has swiped at him a couple times, and is just, my kitty scares me. He is big, and he is very ferocious. He's a very scary kitty. But when he's scared. And so I feel so bad for my kitties, that they're going through this. My other kitty's a sweetheart, and she's scared of my other cat. So she's got to she's got to manage her anxiety, just like me. I have to manage my anxiety now. So I don't know what to do. I do not know what to, I love dogs, but I don't want a dog. I don't want a dog. But I have my kitties. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I'll have to figure it out, I guess. Because I'm not gonna put this doggy back into the mill, or whatever life this doggy had or has. maybe this doggy belongs to somebody. That's what worries me. I try to bring this doggy outside so that somebody walking by can see, if they're looking for this doggy, that, you know, they can have this doggy back if they love this doggy, but I'll be able to tell if they do, and I'll be able to tell if they don't. So, but it could be a setup. Could be a setup for moi, for me. As crazy as that sounds, but people gang stalk. It's a real thing, and they're doing it to me. And the reasons, I mean, I think it could be, since they have my phone and my devices hacked, it could be some sort of business that, there are obsessive people, like they are definitely obsessive, that just make a business of people's obsessions. And one of them could be the dogs, which is nasty. It's a nasty, terrible business if it's real or if it's a setup for me. There are other things like the pounding at night that I hear in my ear. Sometimes I think it's my heartbeat, but I don't think it is. It's not. It's next door. It's some sort of mechanism that they use. It's a form of control and manipulation, and it's another setup. It's another setup. And also, or it could be they manufacture drugs. They could, I guess, have some sort of drug place around here. It's not unheard of. There's a place across the alley. I mean, these people could have multiple businesses. There could be a satanic cult that this church runs. Not out of the question. It could be oh gosh, I don't even. I've thought of so many different things. It could be my a crazy obsessive ex-friend that I cut ties with years ago. That could be even part of this, because that ex-friend, as far as I know, lives around here and could be, have gotten involved in something like this. I don't know. Could be relatives of mine that are money hungry. Could be, I don't know exactly what it could be, but it's something. It's gang stalking, and it's these people just with various occupations, and they go from all the way to the underlings, from the low man on the totem pole to people behind the scenes that are pulling the strings. And I think that it's some sort of business. The organization is what I've always said. And I think the more people talk about it, about things like this, that that the victims of this, which I don't like to call myself a victim. I don't consider myself a victim, but the people that are on the receiving end of what these people do, it should be brought out. And the people that try to explain this type of thing should not be dismissed as having mental issues of their own, because that's just not the case. There's something going on, and it should be addressed. It should be brought to authorities' attention. It should be investigated, and these people need to be broken up. if it's an organization, it has to be just taken apart, because they're up to no good, and they will continue to do so. That's their lifestyle. That's how they live. And it's really rotten. And I just wanted to, I don't know, if this does get out, I never get any comments from anybody. I don't know if I'm even doing this right. I don't know. I haven't been accepted for any kind of business with YouTube. I don't have anybody that watches, hardly. I mean, just nobody watches. Nobody even views this, which is so strange. That's why I'm thinking they have control of how many views I get, which is pretty much nil. And I just don't think that anybody's that unpopular. And then after I say something like this, sometimes they'll throw in a couple of views, or something like that, to make it look right. It's very strange how these people latch on, which is, it's sad in a way that that's how they live their lives, that they can't figure out things, how life really works. They're just broken. They're broken to the point where all they have are their lower emotions to fall back on. Their anger, their rage, their fear, their any low emotion, their lust, that's another thing. Prostitution could be going on around here too. Managed prostitution. I've seen girls walk down the alley, just the other day, one was searching in her purse, and there's, I don't know, it's just, I had imagined that she had just come from a house right along here. And there could be, just multiple things, criminal things. That's all they concentrate on. That's all they focus on, because I think a lot of these people are ex-cons. They're let out of prison, and here they come, and here they're safe to continue their criminal activity. That's what I've thought before too. I don't know, I'm trying to get out everything that I've guessed about these people that that could be happening, with the tactics they use, the noisy cars and the sirens. I think there could be, like organized, like firemen, and women, and there could be emergency vehicle people that are involved in this, because it's quite concentrated. There's, it could be a large organization with the endorsement of people in power. And in my city, it's not out of the question. And I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, because then that gets into the weeds like this little puppy. And I'll just be sitting in the weeds one day, until somebody picks me up. But I don't know. I hope I'm making sense. It just is so important that people are listened to, and not silenced, because that's a big thing, how people try to stop the way people talk, the way people behave, the way people move through life. Uh, it's it's not fair. It's not fair that people try to control it because they have no right. They have no right here, anywhere, anywhere. We're all on this planet. We're all here, and we all deserve to live freely and without being attacked or not believed or try to drown out because you don't believe what I believe, or I don't say things or see things the same way that you do. And I want to continue my criminal activity, so you have to shut up. So, I don't know. I'm trying to get out as much as I can because these people are just they're not really too worried about being caught, which I don't know. I think it's really high time that they're held accountable for what they're doing. I'm starting to repeat myself, so I'll go. Bye.